So now our body has to start speaking for us. Yes, our body has to start speaking for us in that 5 to 10 second time frame when you started greeting everyone and presenting your initial few lines. Maybe you have already started after 3-4 seconds after your relaxation, overcoming your nervousness, and with a great smile. You might have started. Now what happens? The gesture that we talk about is presenting the idea you are coming with. It should be reflected in your body, and that is called the posture. Imagine that if I present my voice in shakiness. Imagine that if my eyes are going here and there and here and there and not trying to be steady. Imagine that if my backbone is like this and not this, like I am sitting comfortably. This is communicating too, and initially that only communicates. So what we need to do is present the gesture, and how the best way to present the gesture is self-confidence. By the self-confidence you can win so many battles in your life. I'm not talking about the confidence that sometimes become underconfident, sometimes become overconfident, sometimes called as confidence. I'm just calling about self-confidence. Well, in my opinion, there is a slight difference between the overconfidence, underconfidence, and self-confidence. Let me talk about that first, and then we'll go with gesture and the postures. So, according to me, the underconfident people, or sometimes we feel underconfident when we are taking ourselves so much low. So always remember, you have started with very initial things in your life, like started walking, talking, seeing, writing, communicating, walking, thinking. It all starts. And how it all starts when you're a small little baby. Well, you are just eating and sleeping on your bed, right? You are not able to you are not able to even crawl. Then you start even walking, talking, thinking, working, acting, so many other variety of the things, depending upon so many other things. So, will you like to call that kid underconfident? Well, in my opinion, kids are the most confident people, because they are full of the self-confidence. They don't think that what other will going to think when we are very kid type people. And that is the secret of the happiness too. That when you have to present your idea, don't get nervous. When you have to present your idea, be yourself. When you have to present your idea, you have to believe and be very joyful and happy about that. That will not make you any time in your life underconfident or feel like underconfident. You will feel very much confident, and you will not feel like at least underconfident. That's, I am pretty much sure, if you are being like a kid and there is always a kid inside of you. You should never kill that kid. Always keep that kid. And how you can keep that? By helping others, by being a little bit playful, joyful, and smile. That's it. Well, you can experiment more, but that's it for initial thing. And how some people get overconfident? Well, you are sitting in the wrong room. That's very much obvious. You know everything, and at least you think you know everything, but we don't know everything. Even though you know everything, well, that kind of complicates our mind, and that is the source where we think we are getting overconfident, or someone else think and sometimes even point out to us that we are talking overconfidently. Because at the overconfident level, we are not able to access ourselves. We are not able to assess ourselves. We are not having any assessment for ourselves. We are just thinking, working, and knowing that that is the only idea possible. That is the only wrong. That is not the only idea possible. If there are CFLs, there are LEDs too. Well, I'm taking the example of bulbs. Both are giving light. You cannot say that only the CFL will work and not the LED will work. Both are working very well. And fairly, there are different sciences and technology that is involved. In the LEDs, it is called as light emitting diode. So something is emitting the light, the crystal is emitting the light, and that's how it works. and in the CFL, fluorescent lamps that we usually call it as working in a different way with the gases and all that such things. So both are having different complete inner sense, but both are producing light and taking away the darkness. Like in the room right now, you are sitting, I am sitting, and we are presenting in different kinds of the colors. So understanding that will not make you overconfident ever. Now let's talk about the confidence, because overconfident and underconfident and confidence are so much I think overrated, sometimes underrated, sometimes called as depression, overexcited. It's very much polluted word, in my opinion. Sometimes it becomes. So what is self-confidence? There is no under self-confidence, there is no over self-confidence. Self-confidence is self-confidence. You have to trust yourself and always agree upon the greater idea which is possible, and that gives you self-confidence. The most self-confident creature, not exactly the creature, the birds are the most self-confident. Well, you can take any example. I'm taking the example of the bird. Why I'm saying so? What happens in the morning when the sky is blue? Well, it's very hypnotic in its own self. If you are learning how to speak, spend some time maybe alone, walking or staying on your roof or somewhere where you can see the sunrise or maybe sunset. Even for a few moments, that will hypnotize you. Yes, exactly, that will going to hypnotize, and that will going to give you tremendous level of the confidence, relaxation. That is the impact of the color. Blue color relaxes you so much, and in that there is a glowing orangish sun. Red is all around, and sometimes we see the green color, sometimes the sky is so colorful. Mostly blue at most of the places in Earth, scattering of the light concept and that all the things that we study in the science. Okay, so what actually I am trying to convey here is adopt the idea of the colors. Yes, adopt the idea of the colors. Like I am wearing the green, not just in the sense of the clothes that I am wearing. Yes, obviously I am wearing the green color t-shirt right now, but what I would like to tell you is become green. What green signifies is the balance. And why I am so confident that it is signifying something? Well, there is an aspect of the science in it, there is the aspect of philosophy in it, and there is an aspect of hypnosis in it. It makes you balanced in all the possible situations. Sometimes if you are not feeling well, try green color. Have you ever pondered that why the medical curtains are always green? Why the surgeon wear green color? Well, that helps in the balance. So I am proving it to you that medically it helps. So you can try that too if you are not somewhere where you have to follow any dress code and it's dependent upon you. Try to take that color. Choose the color white, choose the color black. Well, black is a little bit risky color because that absorbs all the energy and emit all the energy that we have studied in the black body radiation in my senior high school and my engineering. So that's a complicated color. Actually, technically the black is not even the color. Well, we'll talk about that maybe in some other thing. Okay. So try green, try red. Red will make you confident. If you are feeling underconfident, try red. If you want to make yourself very much balanced, try green. And I'm not just talking about the color of the t-shirt. If you do not have the color of the t-shirt, it does not mean that you cannot be green. You can be green. You can still be green. You can follow it physically or mentally, or both. Both are very powerful, but you can go with the mind too, because that ultimately has to speak. Like I am not seeing myself in the green color t-shirt right now. You are seeing me in the green color t-shirt because my eyes are seeing away from myself. Yeah, that might help a little bit, but that's a concept. So how you become a color? Just imagine about that color, and if it's a little bit difficult for you, try to read about the nature of the colors. That, like I told you, that blue color sky hypnotize most of us. When you see the sunrise or sunset, it's very beautiful, and just adopt it without the words, without thinking. Sometimes we don't have to think with our conscious mind. Our subconscious mind adopt those things. You can give yourself positive suggestions, and when you give yourself some positive suggestions before, as the book Subconscious Mind says, we can have a better confident self. And when you are confident, you convince the first and the most powerful person in your life, because you are the only person who is going to perceive any idea or signify, present, or elaborate about any idea, opinion, statement, or an argument. So you convince the most powerful person. Who do you think will not get convinced from you? Everyone. And at least you can be joyful. Even your critics will smile and shake hands with you and say that you are very well, you said very well. Yes, I am disappointed with few of the things, but still, you said very well. So when you get something like that, you will understand the essence of the hypnosis. Well, that's what the hypnotic speech means. So you can try the color, that will impact you a little bit, and that's all about the confidence. Now we have to talk about where we have started, the gesture and the posture. Yes, I had talked about the confidence and about the colors relating to the gesture. Gesture is presenting the idea. Like if I am wearing a very fancy clothes, most probably I am going to a party. If I am wearing a very formal clothes, maybe I am going on an official thing. I wear something like this, like I am wearing right now. I am just relaxed and talking to my dear friends or my dear students. So this is the way that we can go with. This is the gesture that comes in your mind first, and you can also think from your inside that what color suits you. You can just research a little bit too, because it surely influences us a little bit according to your mood. If you are feeling over energetic and you want to relax yourself, try blue color. If you are feeling a little less confident and not so much, try red color. If you want to stay balanced, try green color. If you do not know what your audience will think, try white color. If you want to be very energetic in listening or presenting and you would like to take the risk, try black color. You can choose the yellow color if you want to present yourself like a beautiful sunflower that glows up in front of the energy. So if the audience is energetic and if you yourself is energetic, in the yellow color you start glowing. But we can go on with the colors and the gesture like that, but the idea here is to get the colorful idea in your mind first. Get that emotion, that wavelength, that frequency in your mind first. That idea, that opinion in your mind first. And then physically you can try the clothes and those colors too if it is allowed and you are not in uniform thing. Now about the posture. As I said that backbone must be straight, eyes must be not going here and there. If you are finding it difficult to making eye contact, that so many of the people get. So what we can do? Don't see. Yes, don't see anyone. Well, I'm not talking about seeing upward or downward. I'm saying that imagine what you are saying. It must go on in front of you, like there's a transparent screen that you are only able to see. And you are presenting and you are watching everything that what's happening. Not in the form of text, but in the form of the images. That will not make you feel for just a single moment that you are talking to 4 people, 40 people or 40,000 people. That will not going to impact you. And you are going to get very much focused too. And that will help you to get comfortable with the audience. And surely when you get confident and comfortable with the audience, you can present your idea in a great way. So this is about the posture. Sometimes you have to practice that posture too. And you can try one more thing that I tried when I had to give the speech for the very first time in front of the entire school. My chest were little out, well, not over out for sure, a little bit out, and I was walking. My legs were a little shaky, so I tried to sometimes pressing on this leg, sometimes pressuring on this leg, and I discovered that one thing that day, that podiums are not just to place your paper documents; it's to hide your legs. That it's shaking. It's sometimes shaking. You have to present your idea, get comfortable, and if there is so much thing that is inside in your mind that you want to speak, and when you started speaking and the things are not coming out of you, understand that every idea is trying at once to come out of you, so you can present that in so many of the different ways. Like one of the ways sometimes I use when I feel something like that, I count. Number 1, and it comes out. Number 2, and then it comes out. I'm not making any points, or my mind has no points. I just numbered it somewhere. And it does not really matter that you say 1 after and then you forgot about 2 and then said 3. It does not matter. Your mind will count on. You're presenting your idea in the points. You're saying a paragraph or something. Like in this one, we have talked about the confidence. That is the first one. We talked about the gesture. That is the second one. And we talked about the posture, which is the third one. Now you can revolve and rotate your entire story centric to that. One after another. And you can even relate or correlate that and make one thing first and then second and then again first and third. It does not matter. It should be a complete good flow. That comes with the practice. That's what comes with the public opinion practicing. I practiced it so many times in front of the people, and I taught to a few of the people. I gave the presentation, and everything happens a new thing. So get excited about that. A little bit nervous is actually good. Get excited about it. Nervousness makes you feel more alert. So use that alertness in presenting your focus. I taught you about the ideas of making the funny face of the people in your imagination that will make you laugh, breaking your silence with the smile, and then when you start with your calmness, with your gesture, posture, and try to speak slowly. You can start with slow speaking, and then you will, when get comfortable, you can just start like the communication and present your ideas. And till now, if you are sticking with me, let me tell you a secret thing that so many of the best orators in the world are using. Brief pauses. You might have noticed that I am speaking very much one after another and glued my words and all the things. But I'm taking sometimes pause between the lines, statement and my words even. Like right now. Like right now is the thing. So why that pauses is there? Well, a pause or silent movement makes you the center of attraction, because everyone in the room, in the hall, in anywhere you are talking to the people or group, or maybe you are giving a speech, it makes everyone curiosity and focus upon you. You get attention of everyone's eye. You can just start scanning from here to there. You will see that everyone's attention, most of the people's attention comes to you when you give a pause. Why that comes with a little pause? Because after the pause, the silence will going to get break, and some secret thing. Secret here with I mean that no one knows that what kind of the word, what kind of the idea, what kind of the opinion you are going to present. So that makes them hypnotic effect, and that alerts their subconscious mind that something is coming. Conscious mind, you just knocked the doors of the subconscious mind through the conscious mind of the people when you get silent. when you're speaking, the conscious mind is listening. Sometimes subconscious mind is alert, not alert. Well, there are so many varieties. Sometimes even conscious mind is not alert, and sometimes people ignore that thing. Sometimes we also use to so. So, what actually we need to do in that case? We need to get relaxed, smiling, or if you say it's something serious, don't smile. Just stop and wait, and then start. Start with a point. That will give you time, that will give you the attention of everyone with a great amount of the focus and alertness. So that's it for this section. In the next one, we are going to talk about that how the places are designed so that people get focused upon you and feel that it is wonderful. It is wonderful because of the speaker and orator, but it becomes wonderful because of something else in the infrastructure concept. So if you are going to design, or you can have the ability or functioning a little bit in that designing part, you can learn something very interesting concept. So I'm going to share that interesting concept with all of you in the next one. So keep practicing all the experiments and exercises and stay with me. See you in the next one.